welcome to episode number 2 of my beginner series for Etsy Print on Demand. Today we are going to be talking about selecting a print on demand supplier to start your business, and we're going to talk about the main suppliers that are out there that are the most popular that offer an integration with Etsy's platform to enable you to streamline your product creation process and fulfill your orders. Before we dive into that, just a quick intro on me. My name is Jeff. I'm an Etsy print on demand seller. I've been doing this since August of 2020. I currently have over 1,000 orders and over $24,000 in total sales. I also participate in the Merch by Amazon program. Currently in tier 1,000. I have a little over 900 sales, and I'm looking forward to my tier up to tier 2,000 hopefully pretty soon. All right, so let's talk about selecting a print-on-demand supplier. We're going to spend most of our time today comparing the sort of big two, Printify and Printful, which it's hard right now. If you go out and read an article or watch a video about starting a print-on-demand business, it's hard to find one that doesn't mention Printify or Printful, because those two just have, in my opinion, the best overall package, especially for newer sellers, as far as product selection, pricing, the streamlined product creation process, the integration with Etsy, and as well as the support, the seller support that they offer, are just hard to beat. Gooten and Customcat are another two that are out there that are growing in size, especially Gooten in the last year has expanded in size. I have personal experience using all four of these to create and sell products on Etsy. I would say today, the majority of my orders, I would say 85 to 90%, are fulfilled through Printify. Another smaller percentage fulfilled through Printful, an even smaller percentage fulfilled through Gooten for some specialized products that just aren't offered by anybody else. And then I have used Customcat in the past, but I do not currently use them for any of my orders. I'll explain why when we get to that. So let's dive into the comparison of Printify and Printful, because that is where I want to spend most of the time. All right, I know this is going to look like a lot of information at first, but I'm not going to talk through every single point here. I want to focus your attention in on the two big differences between Printify and Printful, and that is the selection of a provider or fulfillment partner and the experience for personalized orders, which can be a big deal on Etsy if that's something you want to really build a lot of products around. So first, let's talk about selecting a provider. You might think by selecting to go with Printify that is selecting your provider, but in reality, what Printify is a platform that pulls together a network of fulfillment partners or suppliers that you have to work with. So you create your products and you select which supplier you want that product to be fulfilled by. And you can have a different supplier for each product you create, or different product types that you create in your store. So this offers a lot of flexibility because they have suppliers all over the United States and in many other countries around the world. So they definitely have that worldwide shipping capability and fulfillment capability if you're selling outside the US. However, that does introduce a little bit of complexity for you, the seller, because you have to select providers for each product you create. You have to look at, the pricing, the shipping costs carefully, as well as the production times. And they give a score to each provider that updates on an ongoing basis. That's sort of a combination of quality and quantity, measures as far as that provider's performance. So there's a little bit more work there in selecting the right providers for you on the Printify platform. On Printful, you basically have the opposite experience. If you select Printful, Printful is your fulfillment partner. Their fulfillment centers are sort of in-house, so to speak, even though they're spread out all over the world. They have fulfillment locations in the US, Mexico, Canada, the European Union. So they also can give you that worldwide fulfillment experience if you're selling in other countries, but there's no selection of the actual fulfillment partner itself. It is all just Printful. So that's good in terms of simplicity, but there are some drawbacks when it comes to the flexibility piece, because let's say, you have an out of stock item that you normally get fulfilled with Printful. If you want to fulfill that order and not cancel it, you have to go outside the Printful ecosystem and have it fulfilled through another platform. Whereas with Printify, you can replace an item in an individual item within an order and have a different supplier fulfill that order and keep it within the Printify ecosystem. So more on that in a moment, but that's just the key difference there. The second main thing I want to call your attention to is around personalized orders. With Printify, technically, personalized orders are possible, but it's kind of a clunky manual process. There's no automation to support it on the Printify platform. And that's partially a product of just the fact that there's so many possible suppliers you can work with and how their software, of their supply chain integrates with the Printify platform. It's just more complicated. The experience with fulfilling a personalized order on Printful is very easy. So if you want to sell, I don't know, say a phone case where the customer can put their initials on it, Printful offers a great experience for an automated process where you just simply go into that order, change the initials on the print file of the product, and submit the order. And it's automatically stepping you through doing that for each order. Now, you have to manually touch each order still, but the steps of updating it and submitting it, you do it without affecting your original listing, and the order doesn't go to production without you making sure that the personalization is there. It's just an easier process. So if you think you want to get big into personalized items, definitely give Printful a close look. Personally, that's one of the reasons I still use Printful in addition to Printify, is that if I want to sell a personalized item, most of the time I'm doing it with Printful because it's just a better, more efficient process. Printful also kind of wins out here on the number of platforms that you can integrate their system with and your store with. So I know for a fact that Printify allows you to integrate with eBay, Shopify, I believe WooCommerce, in addition to Etsy, but Printful has way more options. They have over 20 options right now for integrating your store, and Amazon Seller Central is one of them. So if you see yourself expanding outside of Etsy in the future, Printful offers more options for you to have your store integrated and get that automation, those benefits. Let's talk about the benefits of each now, a little bit more specifically. Benefits of Printify. So, as I mentioned, if you have a supplier who's out of stock or having delays, so sometimes you will run into an issue where, one of your main suppliers is going through a staffing issue or something like that. Especially in the last year, with the pandemic, we had a lot of staffing impacts and things like that. So an individual supplier might slow way down to a point where you're kind of feeling uneasy about how long they're taking to fulfill orders. You can go through those other suppliers within the Printify ecosystem and have your orders fulfilled by somebody else. It's very quick and easy once you get used to it. I'm going to do actually a separate video, a quick tutorial on replacing a product on an order with a new supplier because it's definitely an easy process. Many times, Printify is able to beat the Printful price on some of your most common print-on-demand items. So that's another benefit of Printify. Things like mugs, hoodies, and sweatshirts. I personally find that the Printify suppliers can usually get you a better price than Printful. That's not to say that every supplier can beat the Printful price. There are some suppliers on Printify that are equal to or higher priced than Printful, so you got to watch that carefully. One surefire way to get better pricing is to take advantage of the paid plan with Printify, which I'll show you what the breakdown is in just a second. But for a fee, you can access a 20% discount on a lot of the most common print-on-demand products. Not every product is exactly 20% discount, but it's just a straight shot to your bottom line by getting a lower price, which is not something you can do with Printful. There is a way to get discounted pricing with Printful, but it's based on your order volumes. So it's sort of you have to get the order volume first and then you can get a discount with Printful, where with Printify, you can simply upgrade your account to the premium plan if it makes sense for you and access a better profit margin. Another thing I like about Printify, this is more of an intermediate topic that I'll definitely do another video on, but it's easier with Printify to create combo listings that have more than one product type, and occasionally it does make sense to do that. And you can link the SKUs of your products that are in a draft listing on Etsy on the Printify side of things so that those orders still automatically go through to production. That's definitely worth considering if you plan on building product listings that are more than one product type, like t-shirt and tank top or t-shirt and sweatshirt. It's easier to build those listings, I think, with Printify. So here are the account types. The free plan lets you have up to 5 stores in your account. Unlimited product designs, that just means how many files you can upload through your portal to keep on file. The premium plan that I mentioned is $29 a month currently, or you can pay annually, and that's $299, which drops the monthly price to $25. So that really, the biggest benefit there is it gets you the access to the 20%, up to 20% discount on product pricing, which just goes straight to your bottom line. And it really helps you be price competitive on the most common items like t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and mugs. You can offer a very competitive price on things like sweatshirts going with this plan. Now, all you have to do to figure out if this is worth it to pay for is what is your average profit per order, and then how many of those orders would you need per month to pay for this $29 or $25 if you're going to pay annually. So for example, if your average profit per order is $5, then you need to do at least 6 orders per month to break even and pay for this $29. In other words, if you're going to do more orders than that in a month, the profit margin that you'll get will help you overtake this cost pretty quickly. For example, I currently, I'm not even a full year into this. I do 150 to 200 orders a month. Absolutely worth the price per month to do this. Enterprise plan, we don't even have to talk about. It's for merchants that have 10,000 or more orders per day, not per month, but per day. So if we're talking about beginner, status here, we don't need to worry about 10,000 orders a day just yet. So the custom pricing on that, we don't really have to worry about. I would definitely start with the free plan and then strongly consider that premium plan as soon as you start doing enough orders per month that the cost is offset. All right, benefits of Printful. First of all, no worrying about selecting a supplier, which we already covered. Here's one I didn't already cover. Embroidery is another great option, especially for things like hats. Hats are very popular. They've always been popular. They've even potentially, increased in popularity over the last few years as far as the kind of hats that, you might wear because of a trend. The less all-purpose hats, so to speak, have become more popular in the last few years, and Printful does a great job with their embroidery. They're just widely known in print on demand for having good quality embroidery. I don't have to worry about the quality of their embroidery. They do a great job with it. So if you're interested in doing embroidered hats, embroidered sweatshirts, hoodies, things like that, Printful, you will not have to worry about their quality. They have graphic designers that review your design before it gets digitized, which basically just means they're getting it ready, sort of like converting it to being an embroidery file. And so that you're going to get good quality embroidery from Printful. I'm not saying Printify's embroidered products or their suppliers offer bad quality embroidery. I'm just saying I know that Printful is good quality. You can get a discount for volume selling, but it is only after you meet the minimums of the thresholds they have for that volume selling. So it's not something you can just instantly access, but it's a nice benefit, especially considering it's a free account. They do integrate with more platforms than Printify, as I mentioned, and the ease of selling personalized items can definitely be big for Etsy. Maybe not as big of a deal for Amazon or eBay or some of the other platforms they integrate with, but Etsy is definitely a site that people go to looking for things they can personalize. So that's a big plus as far as having an easy process for submitting personalized orders. Another piece that's nice about Printful is they do offer you a custom packing slip. Printify does not have the ability, at least now, for you to do a custom packing slip or to do gift messages. The Printful packing slip enables you to have your logo on it for free and also do free gift messages, which Etsy customers do appreciate. So that's nice too. Lastly, if you want to pay the fee for it, they offer you the ability to put your brand on products. So like the label inside the shirt could be printed with your logo if that's something you're interested in doing. The Printful account types, there's only two. There's the free plan or the Printful Pro plan. It is more expensive to go pro with Printful than it is with Printify. It's $49 a month or $539 a year. They do offer a few nice features in there, but for me, I think the free plan is, absolutely where I would start for sure. But even, for an intermediate level seller, the free plan is plenty. But if your store sort of gets to the point where the pro plan makes sense, they do offer those additional features. Okay, I promised we would talk about Gooten and Customcat as well. These two I would kind of call honorable mentions in my consideration for recommending platforms for beginners. We'll start with Gooten here. They do offer some pretty unique products, some at some nice prices. I personally still sell some items through Gooten on my Etsy store, like stickers, and they have some really nice insulated stainless steel tumblers that my customers really seem to like. Overall, though, their product selection is not quite as broad as Printify and Printful, and I would also call their product design process and user interface, I would give it a rating of what I would say good, where Printful and Printify are more on that great level as far as ease of use, how streamlined the design and listing creation process is, as well as the accuracy of mock-ups to the final product. Certainly not a low-quality platform at all, definitely worth a look. I just don't really think it is the perfect first platform to go with if you're new to print on demand and selling on Etsy. So don't rule it out. Definitely worth taking a look there. It is just not my number one recommendation. Customcat, in a similar manner, there are a couple positives here, but just doesn't make it to the top of my recommendation list. They do offer some super low prices on some items, especially mugs. They have one of the lowest prices I've seen for a shipped print-on-demand mug. Their fulfillment times are also pretty darn quick. They can get orders out in a day and a half, which is a big advantage for them. However, the user interface of designing products and pushing them to your store, I would rate a step below Gooten. So now we're 2 steps below Printify and Printful as far as just the smooth experience of the Printful, Printify product creation process. Especially with Customcat, my thing that I ran into that I thought was pretty clunky was the mock-up that you are seeing when you're creating products. It's just kind of hard to visualize how your final product is going to look in real life with the UI that they currently have. So if that was improved or enhanced, I definitely would go back and check out creating some more products with them. But for these reasons, these two suppliers just aren't at the top of my list for recommending to somebody who's new for print on demand, which leaves us with the two that I do recommend for beginners in print on demand. And of course, these are not just for beginners. They just happen to both be the easiest, in my opinion, to work with in order to create your Etsy print on demand store and get it off the ground. Both Printify and Printful offer a wide selection of products, competitive prices, full integration and order syncing with your Etsy store, as well as excellent support systems. They have an awful lot of information on their websites to help sellers get the store set up, but also to continue educating sellers on being successful with print on demand. So the links to these two sites are in the description. Go check them out. And I hope you found this video helpful. I hope that you find the whole series that I'm doing for beginner selling print on demand on Etsy to be helpful. Let me know in the comments. Give me a like if you appreciated the information in this video, and follow my channel POD Insights to see the rest of the series, as well as some other short clips I'll be putting out for specific tips that has to do with seller strategies as well as managing orders on these platforms. So thanks everybody. See you next time.